And we even watched the national
and international tournaments.
We'll be signing autographs after tonight's performance.
We also acknowledge that many of you in the room are competitors as well.
And have enjoyed whipping each of you in competition like little red-headed stepchildren.
But since we graduated in May,
and since we're no longer eligible for tournaments,
we'd like to give each of you tips on how to become outstanding interpreters.
We'll give you the ins and outs of a winning duet acting scene. Follow our tips and you're guaranteed at least a 6 in a competition round.
Before we start, we got a list of questions from you before, and we'd like to respond to them.
Alrighty, question 1 from Bushra Fatima. What should you look for when choosing a script? That's a very good question.
Yes, it is.
Well, I mean, I guess you want to look for sex first, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, if you have a partner of the opposite sex, you obviously want a chance to kiss him or her, don't you?
Yeah, well, last year, my coach put me with Katie Powers, the hottest girl on the team, so I asked to do Kiss Me Kate.
Dude, Katie Powers was Jeff's girlfriend.
Yeah.
You French kissed her?
Yeah.
He was on the football team. He'd pound you into orange pulp.
Yeah, but you won't, because I never told anybody.
Really? You never told anybody? You just told all of them!
Right, well, I was just kidding about that. It was just a peck on the lips, you know, mwah, just like that. Not even that even, it was just a peck on the cheek. You know, she turned her head when
Anyway, okay, moving on. If you've got a partner of the same sex, you just want to drop the sex thing altogether.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you don't want to offend your judge if he or she is a homophobic.
Yeah. Wait, what if your judge is gay and you have a straight kiss?
Gee, I hadn't thought of that.
Maybe that's why we got straight 6s on our Kiss Me Kate.
No, your Kiss Me Kate just plain sucked.
Oh.
Okay, moving on. Question number 2 from Andrea Grabarczyk. What should you look for, or how wise is it to choose a script with religious overtones? That's another very good question.
Oh, absolutely.
And my advice for that is drop the religious overtones altogether.
Right. No way.
I mean, you might offend the judge.
The judge could be, like, a different religion completely, or something weird and altogether crazy.
Yeah, like that church across the street.
I go to the church across the street.
You do?
Yeah?
Weird. We'll talk later. Anyway, you want to avoid making mention of God, Jesus...
What's wrong with across the
later?
across the street?
Allah, Brahma, Vishnu...
They get the point.
Okay, anyway, you also want to avoid making any kind of reference or any political references.
Yeah, and speaking of that, if I have to deal one more day hearing about the president...
Shh.
Sorry.
Okay, political references and, of course, curse words.
Right. No curse words.
Not even something that sounds like a curse word.
Yeah.
It could offend. And I mean, in addition to these usual suspects, you also want to avoid the following list.
Lingerie. Diarrhea. Vomit. Cleveland.
Right, that one's very, very bad.
Boing.
Negative connotations there, too.
Stud muffin.
Easy way to offend an audience.
Applesauce.
Right, that's a word that... Applesauce?
Yeah, I hate applesauce. You know that.
So weird. Okay, anyway.
And finally, never, ever include the word French.
Instant way to offend people.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless, of course, you're trying to offend.
In that case, the use of all of these things is certainly acceptable.
And offensive.
Right. Okay, so now we'd like to demonstrate a dramatic scene for you.
This was our award-winning scene that won us a trophy at Tippecanoe.
Okay, so first thing, you've got to introduce yourself.
But you want to do it in a way that intimidates your audience.
Without alerting the judges. First, you have to be really quiet when everybody else is performing.
And then, don't laugh at any of their jokes.
Okay, quick demonstration. I'm a performer.
And I'm me in the audience.
Okay, so here's a really funny punchline. And another funny punchline. Notice the immediate effect such actions have. Try also rolling the eyes, constantly looking at your watch because the duet is too long, shaking your head in disgust, unwrapping candy during the performance, feigning sickness, or, worst of all, mouthing the words along with the actor on the stage. All of these actions are great ways to distract your competition, and thus give the advantage to you.
Once you're on stage, further intimidate your competitors by glaring into the audience before you give your name, putting on a smug look, as if you know exactly how to win the tournament, and then by acting humble when you give your name. Thus, my name is Collin Williams.
And my name is Stephanie Millicent Cavatrasco-Licovitis Fody II.
And we're
the Duet Show. We're doing the Duet Show by David J. Lee Master.
Next, you want to begin the scene by dramatically turning your back on the audience, and then begin the scene by whirling around and flinging yourself into character.
Notice the intense look on his face, the harrowing expression as he sets the scene.
Oh, the horrible, horrible world. Oh, the tragedies that have befallen me. Oh, woe. Oh, woe. Oh, woe.
Also effective is the use of a drunken character.
Oh, the horrible, horrible world. Oh, the tragedies that have befallen me. Oh, woe. Oh, woe. Oh, whoa.
Also in a dramatic scene, you want to include an emotional outburst.
I can't believe you said that to me. Do you know how angry that makes me? How bitter? How empty? We're finished, I tell you, finished.
But to get that first place mark from the judges, it's recommended that you cry.
I can't believe you said that to me. Do you know how angry that makes me? How bitter? How empty? We're finished, I tell you, finished.
Also effective is, or even if you can't cry, that's okay. Most actors can't cry.
Dude, I can't cry.
I can't cry either. But it's okay, because the louder and angrier you get, the more emotion the audience thinks you're feeling.
Is this all you have to give to me? After all I've given you, my working, my sweating, my tears, and you've given me this? I've given you my everything, and you gave me this?
For maximum impact, the duet partner should enter at the midway to latter point in the scene with the same amount of intensity.
For instance, thus. I've given you my everything, and you've given me this? This?
That's my baby! What are you doing with my baby?
Don't make another move!
And my baby! Give me back my baby!
It is at this point in the scene that it's necessary to establish the life and death consequences. Thus, take one more step and I'll drop your baby out the window!
Should the audience be offended by the dropping of babies out of windows, you may substitute another number of situations. For instance,
take one more step and I'll take her and you'll never see her again.
Or,
I'll take the baby and I'll give her to someone who will love her.
Or,
I'm taking the baby back to mother. In each of these situations, the appropriate response is first hysteria and this tried and true response. Starting with anger, fear, then anger, loathing, trepidation,
huh?
hesitation.
Oh, wait, how do I do hesitation?
Just like that.
Oh.
Consternation and constipation, followed by plenty of weeping and wailing. At this point in the scene, we've reached the crisis. The crisis point can be anything, a word, a glance, a look, but most often, it is a slap. Or
What are you? No!
It is at this point in the scene that the audience should be in complete awe of the actor's physical abilities.
I think you broke my arm!
Now that the scene has been somehow resolved, we can go on, and the actors can show some true emotion. Thus, I know I've been hard on you all these years, but I think we should restore our relationship.
I think you really broke my arm!
Just go on with the scene.
I mean, I guess I've been kind of hard on you, too.
All right, then. Put her there. I know we've had our troubles in the past, but I forgave you and you forgave me, and we can start a brand new relationship together. A brand new life. Wait, are you really crying?
Oh my god, yes!
No. Man, she is good. Well, that has been how to perform a winning duet acting scene. So for now, I'm Collin Williams.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we're duet champions. Now, before we go on with the meeting, clearly none of that was real. So our tips and tricks on how to win a duet scene don't